Cheers and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yeah, I know, it's a small grain bill, but you see all the little specks of dark malt in there? Yeah, we're making a Schwarzbier, a German dark lager, or as I like to call it, a chocolate lager, because usually it's got hints of chocolate in it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, keep sharing. Definitely appreciate the support. Got a specialty malt in here I got to tell you about too. When I bought all that smoked malt from Sugar Creek Malting, or Malters, however you want to say it, I also decided, you know what, let's get some Munich. So I got 4 pounds of Munich malt in here from Sugar Creek, and I got 4 pounds of Pilsner, 7.2 ounces of Cara Munich. Yeah, Cara Munich. Man, it's an aroma thing, you know, it's nice, smooth. Got 6.6 ounces of Carafa Special. That's really to give it some darkness and, you know, hints of maybe a subtle hint of roast, but more the darkness. The one that I've put in here special beyond the actual Sugar Creek is I got 3.6 ounces of a dark malt. It's a dark chocolate that I've had for a while from Patagonia. And I like it a lot. It's really good, especially in heavier amounts, in stouts, porters, things like that. But I'm like, what the heck? I got 12 ounces left. It's getting some age on it. Let's throw 3.6 in here. So I'm excited. You're talking what, 9 pounds? Yeah, about 9 pounds total. So it's gonna be a small grain bill. And then on top of that, I've been trying to get rid of a lot of hops that I can't think of using in IPAs and things like that. But when I do that, I still try to use the hops with a purpose. And what I mean by that is I'm using American Fugel, or British Fugel, I think it's American, I don't know. I'll have to double check, maybe I'll put it up here. But 1 ounce at 60 minutes. We're doing a 60-minute boil. And then I'm turning around and I'm dropping the last of my 0.85 ounce of Southern Cross, New Zealand, and 0.5 ounce of Fugel, New Zealand, different, Fugel, however you want to say it, at the last 5 minutes. And that should get us right at about 26.8, pushing just over the halfway mark. Halfway mark, I think, is around like 25 IBUs for this. So I'm also trying to mash in at, I want to say it was 49 Fahrenheit, so that we can get a nice drier beer, should we say. But then the brewing salts I'm keeping balanced, so it won't be overly dry. It'll be balanced on the dry side where I like it. So that's pretty much it. We're gonna get brewing. Got the Anvil, we got our Jaded Scylla, I got my brew paddle, thank you. And I have a large amount of black tea in a mug, and this isn't even my smallest mug. I have one a lot bigger than this somewhere. So my son gave it to me and says, hey Dad, when you're having a bad day, here you go. Yeah, but this is tea for the morning, get me going. Let's get brewing. Okay, time for the brewing salts. Time to get mashed in for the Schwarzbier. Okay, let's go ahead and get mashed in. Okay, I'm gonna get the recirc on here, give it about 10 minutes to sit, and start the recirculation, and then we'll have 75 minutes. Then we'll kick it up to 168 for 10 minutes. Oh, yeah, the 75 minutes, that's at 149. Didn't want it to be too thin. A bit of grain in there. It's probably too much, but we'll let it go. And there we go. Okay, time to kick this bad boy up to 168. And we'll give it 100% power so we can get there quick. And there goes the Schwarzbier. Time to pull it out. Look out, Riley. Okay, here we go. We're gonna sparge. Still just draining a little, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna kick this up to a boil. Power up to 100%. and up to 212. There we go. Once that gets up to a boil, we have a 60-minute boil, and I think we have a 60-minute hop addition and then a 5-minute. Okay, so we're getting ready to break here. Don't want to boil over. It's a small batch, but it can still happen. Okay, we're gonna start the 60-minute timer. I know it says, it says boil, it says 208. It's got a nice vigorous boil, so we're gonna start it. And we gotta add our first hop addition too. Start and grab the hops. Can't find my hop bag, so yeah, we're gonna use the basket. Hop spider, whatever you wanna call it. Drop it on in there. Whew. Throw the hops in there. I like to get a little movement on the wort so it gets nice full contact. There we go. And of course I'm splashing liquid. Okay, we'll let that go for 60 minutes. Got last 5 minutes, we got a hop addition, 2 leftover hops. I just wanna, you know, add a little yay to it. So there we go. Okay, we're in the last 5 minutes and a few seconds. So we got our New Zealand Fuggle and Southern Cross and a World Flock tablet, and I just put in some yeast nutrient. Almost forgot, but I threw it in at about 7 minutes, so it's all good. And now I gotta get the Jaded Scylla and try to get it in between that. That's why I don't like using this thing, because it's kind of in my way a little bit. It'll work. Okay, that's it. Gonna cool it down so I can get a little bit more liquid out of that. And let's kill the heat as I knock everything over. There we go. Power. Up. There we go. Get our agitation going, or lazy agitation, and the temperature's dropping. Jaded doing its job. Okay, we had a good day. My original gravity estimate was supposed to be 1.048. I hit 1.050. I'll take it. And did have the small batch adapter in, and on top of that, everything just went nice, smooth, not a big deal. Cut my hand on something, don't know how, don't know what, is what it is. I'm gonna put a floating dip tube in here, and I'm gonna actually ferment it under pressure since it's gonna be under a lager yeast, and I'm gonna try a little trick. According to White Labs, you can ferment warm with lager yeast initially. Once it starts to ferment, you start gradually bringing the temperature down, and we're gonna see how that goes. You know, big key, according to the comments I got, when you ferment ales under pressure, it doesn't seem to subdue the off flavors, but it does in the lagers. According to some of the science I've read out there, it only kind of reduces certain, you know, chemical compounds. So certain off flavors can be reduced. I don't think all of them, and you know, your mileage may vary, need to do a little more testing, but I have the new floating dip tubes I bought a while ago and have not used them, and I'm pretty much got my kegerator at capacity, or keys, or should we say. So I figure it's time. I know the hose might be a little long. I'm not too worried in here, but we're gonna go ahead, stick this in there. Okay, I'm gonna pop this open. Hold it up here. I don't like hitting these straps because the straps sometimes get a little bit of mold on them, and I've had to clean them a few times. So I always try to avoid touching them no matter how clean I get this thing. I'm terrified about those straps as far as sanitary. So, okay, let's go ahead. And yeah, I've got plenty of 830 White Labs yeast here for pitching it cold. And we will bring it down to about 52, 54. You know, the temperature is 50 to 55, but I'm gonna start it off right around 68 and let it get going first. Oops, I almost decided to dump the stir bar in there too. It's very bready. I don't know what it is about the Bavarian yeast from, I think it's Weiss 2206 and 830 from White Labs, but they're very bready. They just smell like a lot of bread. We'll dump that on in there. And I got a tiny bit of yeast. I'm gonna take just a little bit of clean distilled water. Or at least I hope it's clean. I just opened it a little bit ago, dumped out part of it for something else. Haven't been drinking out of it, so. Okay, there we go, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna get all that yeast out of there. I'm gonna close it up. And I've aerated the hell out of this, so I'm not too worried there. I can go ahead and secure it down. Don't have to be totally nuts. And I'll get the little relief valve over here. and we'll kick this bad boy up to 10 psi. We'll let it go naturally up to 10 psi from the yeast, but it's all good. Don't forget to like, subscribe, keep sharing. Stay tuned for part 2. Thanks again, appreciate it, and cheers.